Trev's Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. That's too sweet. Anyway, continuing on with goalie goals in NHL history, and today we're talking about the 8th goalie goal, or more specifically, the 6th goalie to score a goal. And unlike our last two, this one's an actual shot instead of being a credited goal to the goalie. And if I may say so myself, it was a damn good shot. Early spoiler. But before I start, and this might sound like a bit of a rant, I think it's worth saying it was only going to be eventual at this point that the Montreal Canadiens would at some point get their name amongst the goalie goals, right? Whether it was them scoring or them being scored on. When you consider every aspect of NHL history that the Montreal Canadiens have their fingerprints all over, this was only a matter of time, I think. But without getting too far ahead of myself, let's talk about Jose Theodore and his turn at becoming an NHL goaltending goal scorer. Let's talk about it. All right, so to set the stage, we're going in the Wayback Machine to January 2nd, 2001. We're in the middle of the 2000-2001 season. Not even 11 months since our last goalie goal to this point in time. And here we find the New York Islanders hosting the Montreal Canadiens. And another early spoiler, neither team was having the best of seasons in the 2000-2001 season. So any positives for either team is a great thing at this point. And we'll go into this game into the last half a minute of the third period. The Canadiens already have a 2-0 lead. John Van Beesbrook is already on the Islanders bench for the extra attacker. And with the Canadiens pressing and the Islanders facing the empty net, Dave Scatchard of the New York Islanders would toss the puck from the Canadiens' blue line down to the end boards where Jose Theodore would come out to stop it. And instead of, just leaving it for someone else to take or even just to clear, as I said, in possibly one of, if not the nicest of goalie goals ever scored, not even from 2 feet behind the end boards, from his backhand, no less, he clears that puck down the center ice. And with the Islanders having no defensive coverage to speak of at this point, they do the most logical thing and just watch that puck drop past center ice and go straight into the empty net at 1951 to give the Canadiens the eventual 3-0 win and give Theodore not only his first shutout of the season, but his first NHL goal. Now, with that shutout, Theodore would become the only other goalie to this date, not just this date in time, but to this date, the only other goalie to be credited with a goal, be it credited or shot, and record a shutout in the same night as not even 2 years prior to the date. Damian Rhodes had already did that. So here's where hopefully I don't confuse you. While Theodore becomes the 6th goalie with a goal to their name, and of the 8 we've already discussed, he becomes the 4th to actually shoot the puck in what would become the 5th goal to actually be shot and scored by a goalie. Gotta remember, Ron Hextall scored 2 and he shot 2. But as I mentioned, the thing I remember most about this goal, not just so much because it was all over the sports highlights at the time, but what I remember most is its backhand. I mean, this is a near 200-foot backhand shot. Absolute thing of beauty. I mean, while neither the Islanders nor the Canadiens were having a pretty season at that point, this goal was a pretty thing. And again, for either team, any positive is a good positive. This is a damn good positive for the Canadiens. But that's the story of Jose Theodore and his goalie goal. So that's another one of them Trev's Hockey Shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. If you've made it to this point, that's a great thing. You've made it to the end. I mean, these are short and sweet. I can't expect these to be overly long. I mean, if I could stretch them out 20 minutes, I would. But I can't do that. But if you've made it to this point, hey, you're helping out the watch time, and that's commendable. I appreciate that. But even if you're here, if you're digging what I'm doing, you just want to say, hey, throw me a thumbs up. I'm down for that. I mean, trust me, the thumbs up is just as good exposure as the watch time, if not better. It helps get this channel out here. And I mean, we're pushing the end of the year. I'm still hopeful we'll make our marks by the end of the year, but we'll see. So having said all that, if you haven't done so by now, that red button that says subscribe all over it, come on, you know you want to hit it. I know you want to hit it. The algorithm knows you want to hit it. Why deny yourself a good thing, right? I mean, we're making that strong push to 500. We're so close to 350. Let's see if we can't get 150 in the next 2 months. Here's hoping. If you want to, that link in my description below, that'll take you to my Facebook page. Feel free to join that. I'd love to build the audience there, like I'm building the audience here. I'm posting on there frequently. I mean, if I'm not posting, I'm usually in some kind of conversation, so it's not like I'm hard to find there. But I'd love to see you there. Let's make that happen too. So moving forward, in terms of goalie goals, well, the next one's another beauty of a goalie goal, scored by one of my personal favorite goalies of all the times, not just at the time, of all the times, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for some Trev. Later.